What's going on, y'all? And welcome back to the Rusty Hour. This is episode 4. Um, yeah, man, really enjoy doing these videos for you guys. It's the head honcho of the Rusty Hour, obviously, Father Rusty, me. Um, Coming back to give y'all that real knowledge, man. That real deal, real spill. You already know what's going on, man. So let me just adjust some of my shit here. Turn that up. Okay, brightness is up. Y'all can see me. Don't mind the clothes in the back. You know, did laundry, ran out of, space to put shit. So I had to kind of put it in the way of the camera. Don't worry about all that. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for no clothes. You know what I'm saying? We're here to keep it real. Keep it, keep it, keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, today's two topics I want to discuss with you guys will be um getting out of your head, trying to stop overthinking all the time, and also, just how to be happy in general, man, and I'll share with you some of the techniques I've used to kind of, excuse me, to help me become like, out of my head and more happy and everything like that. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first question that you have to ask yourself is, are you an overthinker? Are you somebody who's just always in your head thinking of every possible situation or scenario or outcome, and it's like we've all done this before, you know what I'm saying? We've all had our moments to where we just sit, we're inside of our head and we're just thinking and just going over so many thoughts, you know what I'm saying, man? And which, you know, if you can like control it and think of, a positive outcome and get through it quick, which most people can do, you know, you're just going to find yourself in this deep, rabbit hole, just thinking and going over so many thoughts and thinking, oh, well, you're just going to be thinking of every worst possible situation. It's like if you, so let's get into the mind of an overthinker, basically, somebody who's always in their head, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you want to go to like the store or go to like a little outing with your friends or a little party or whatever, get together. First thing that's going to pop into your mind is things like, oh, well, who's going to be there? Or am I gonna enjoy this, or is this? Do I really need to go to the store right now? Can I wait till tomorrow? Can I just tell them that I don't really feel like going? Can I just back out? These are the typical thoughts of somebody who overthinks and somebody who's always in their head. You know what I'm saying? So it gets to a point where they just get so flustered and they just get so anxious that they don't know what to do, and they either end up not doing it or backing out or things like that just because they're thinking of every negative possible outcome that can come about whatever they're trying to go do. So, and it's not even just being an overthinker of just on along those lines. You could be an overthinker and it just because you're super anxious, you have anxiety, or you're depressed, or things like this, you know what I'm saying? And, a lot of overthinking and things like that, or I should say, a lot of anxiety and depression, leads to that overthinking. So you also have to be like, or, figure out whether you're anxious or you're depressed or not, things like that. And, if you are, I suggest, you listen to, you know, certain podcasts, or you go, seek some help, seek therapy. I agree that, therapy helps some, but I don't know. Therapy for me really isn't for everybody, especially if you can get down to the point of why you're overthinking, or why you have these anxious tendencies or these anxious feelings, or why you have these depressed moments where you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, most people can figure out themselves why they're going through this and why they're having all these moments and stuff like that. So really it's really just all about learning yourself, learning who you are. And to do that, you have to start, looking within yourself. You can't be, and when I say looking into yourself, it's hard to explain, but you have to, in a sense, just like get out of your head for a second. Stop worrying about everything that's going on up here, and start worrying about everything that's going on like around you, I should say. Like, what's What's basically look at what's going on around you, things like that, and figure out what's making you or what's causing these internal thoughts, these overwhelming thoughts, these overthinking things. Like you have to get down and boil down to the point of what's causing all that. You know what I'm saying? So once you do that, you like I said, you just have to step out of your mind for just a tad bit, a little second. You have to figure out what's making you think like this. Like what's making you have these. Sorry about that. It's the second time I've done that. Anyways, but you gotta sit back and you gotta think what's making you have these thoughts? What around you is making you think like this, or who around you, or what environments or what settings or things like that are making you think like this? And it may just be internal. You have to look inside yourself. Well, why do I feel like this? Is it something from my past? Is it something that I'm scared of? You have to like ask these questions to really figure out and boil down. Even like I said, if you're going to therapy, your therapists are going to ask you questions like this. Well, is it your surroundings? What makes you feel like this? Is it the place like where you are right now? They're going to be asking you these things, and ultimately, you're just going to have to step out of your head for a moment and really figure out. Even I'd say like try to go to places that you know make you feel uncomfortable or give you those anxious feelings or whatever. Or makes you like overthink or things like that. So like let's say if you like I said you were going to the store. Okay. So let's get down to the point on why you overthink before you go to the store. Is it because there's a lot of people? Is it because, you have a big ass list? Is it because, you just don't like being outside for too long or anything like that? You got to start, narrowing it down and figuring out what really triggers you to overthink and not want to go to the store, or what triggers you to overthink and not make you want to go to this family like friend outing, or this, go out with the people and just hang out. You know what I'm saying? You have to like really figure it out and try to understand and realize what's triggering this overthinking state of mind. You know what I'm saying? And I think for real, it just boils down to you just have to learn how to get out of your head, man. Like once you learn how to like get out of your head and stop that overthinking and stop those anxious feelings and all that, you know, I think what it really boils down to a lot is just mental health. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a strong mental to in order to not overthink or not be in this depressed state or this anxious state or things like that. So when it comes to really saying get out of your head, I'm not saying that to just, come at people and just be, oh, you need to get out of your head, da, 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 da. But it's like, no, you have to basically find something to distract yourself from these anxious or depressing feelings or these overwhelming or overthinking feelings. You have to find something to distract yourself from staying inside of your own head and not here in the now. You know what I'm saying? In your head, or when you're anxious or when you're depressed, you're thinking of all the negative outcomes. You're thinking of it's just all negativity when you're in these states. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's overthinking, depression, anxiety, you know, you're just thinking so negatively, and I think it really mostly comes from fear. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're just scared, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be you're scared of the outcome, you're scared of, the potential you have to get through it. You know what I'm saying? It could be a lot of different things. Everybody's different. Not everybody's gonna have the same you know, reasons why they're going through what they're going through. But we can all, how can I put this? There are ways you can find people who are just like you and or who are just in that same state as you. Like basically ask around. You know what I'm saying? Well, how did you get through? Feeling anxious and feel because I'll be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? The first thing people are always going to tell you, well, you should go to therapy, or you should go see a psychiatrist. You should go to a doctor. Da 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 da. And like I said, man, I'm not gonna sit here and say that therapy or, going to a doctor or things like that, stuff like that doesn't work. But unless you like severely need, and when I say like severely need, I'm talking about if like you're a person who's just constantly or you constantly overthinks, or you're so anxious that you have like agoraphobia or something, like you can't even go outside. You're literally trapped in a house, or you're somebody who's depressed to the point to where like you're just numb or anything like that. Like if you severely need that help, I always suggest going to like a therapist or things like that. But if you're in a state to where it's like you can kind of control it, but there are some days where you're just like, I don't know, I feel like you're just in the wrong environment. You're around the wrong people. You're not around people who are, motivated and, upbeat and happy with things that are going on. So it really just in my personal experience and the people around me, I feel like it really just depends on your environment, what you're doing, what you're not doing. When we get into these overwhelming, overthinking, anxious, or depressed states, it usually has to do with either the things we're around, somebody we're around, the environment we're in. Like, let's say you're working at, um, like a desk job or something, or you're working at like one of them like cell phone, yeah, like a cell phone desk job or something like that. And it's like it's cool, it's making money, it's making the bills, but it's like every day you come in there, you just have this feeling come over you where you start just overthinking, or you have this really anxious feeling, or you just have this feeling where you're just like, man, you literally wake up knowing what you're going to do and you're depressed because of it, or you're anxious because of it, or you overthink because of it. You know what I'm saying? You're as soon as you wake up, you're already in your head. You're not even here. You know what I'm saying? You're already in your head. And it's like once you go there, it's the same old thing every day. Basically, what I'm really trying to say and boil it down to is like you have to find a way to get out of your head. You know what I'm saying? You have to find people to be around that are going to get you out of that state of mind, get you out of that state of thinking, bring you out of that anxiety, bring you out of that depression. You have to put yourself in positions where you're going to be able to get out of that. And you're going to have people around you who are going to support you and help you get out of that instead of just sitting there and being like, oh, well, maybe you just need to do this, or maybe you're just tripping. You know what I'm saying? Don't be around people like that. You know what I'm saying? When I be like, find some people to be, or don't be around somebody who's just sitting there and be like, oh, you're just tripping. It's not that serious. Da, 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 or you need to stop acting like, don't be around people like that because they're not going to do anything but make the situation and the negativity worse. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to keep piling up on you because, they probably don't really know what that feels like or don't really know, you know what I'm saying? They probably just don't know. There's a lot of people out here who just don't know what it feels like or what it means to be someone who overthinks or what it means to be someone who's, so anxious that they just have to they're always thinking of they're just always in their head. Somebody who's depressed is just always in their head. They're never really here in reality. They're just in their head because that's all like so you need to find people or find ways to get out of your head. You know what I'm saying? When I stopped smoking cigarettes and stopped smoking weed and stopped drinking and all this stuff, you know, I'll bring it to an example. When I stopped smoking weed and stopped smoking cigarettes, I stopped them both like simultaneously, damn near in like the same week or so. You know what I'm saying? And it got to a point because my mind was altered at this point. These things were helping me, out of that state of mind where I didn't think I had, if I had feelings where I was like anxious or whatever, which I really didn't know at the time, I'd smoke or, what I'm saying, I'd have a cigarette or I'd drink or something, you know what I'm saying? But it's like once you let go of that shit and you're actually here and now in reality, you're sober, you're, actually here. You can feel all the things you're feeling, you know what I'm saying? That's when you really start to learn. Like when I stopped all that shit simultaneously, I got to a point where I was just constantly in my head, fearful, anxious, depressed. I was overthinking everything, like because I didn't know I had people around me who, have had these feelings. They tell me or they were depressed or whatever. And at the time I was that person where I was like, man, that shit ain't for real, man. You just tripping. You just need to I'd say stupid shit, you just need to hit the blunt. You just need to have a cigarette. You just need to have a drink, you know what I'm saying? Basically bringing that negativity upon people around me, you know what I'm saying? Not really making it better for them. You know, not realizing how much inside of their head they were in, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I wasn't making the situation better until I got to that point to where I started realizing that damn, I now know where that person was coming from because those feelings are so overwhelming, man. Like it's hard to cope with those feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like it got to a point where, I lost out on a relationship, you know what I'm saying? She had left because, I just got to a point where I just was just I just wasn't there basically, you know what I'm saying? I was there, but I wasn't there, is what I was trying to say. I was there in the present moment, like I was physically there, but mentally in my mind, I'm just in a whole different, world, a whole different realm, simply because, I didn't have this. Or even back then, it's all different things, you know what I'm saying? It got to a point to where it it had started early on before I started smoking and like before I stopped smoking and everything like that. Just because money issues or like literally anything can bring on those feelings. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I'm saying, like if you don't have something to cope with it, you have to really figure out those feelings and take it out on. And like I said, you could be like me or people I know. You're gonna lose people around you. It's not because they don't give a fuck or not because they don't care, but you're sucking the life out of them. You're bringing them down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's just my whole way of thinking about things, but I'm glad that she left when she did. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just in this point to where I was just in my head. I wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? And I had to really dig and figure out the root of like what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So when I say get out of your head, you have to figure out what it is or what the situation, whether it's from your past, whether it's from, something you stopped doing that you really like to do, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't more so good. Like I said, I could use an example like me, smoking. There's nothing wrong with smoking weed or anything. Now, cigarettes is a whole different story. Cigarettes, that shit is fucking bad for you. You're on here and you smoke cigarettes, stop that shit, please. But smoking weed and everything like that, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, stop smoking weed. That shit is for like there's some benefits to weed, but me personally, I got laced, so that shit just wasn't sitting right with me anymore. So that's the whole reason I quit. But it came with these feelings that made me really had to sit down and think, damn, like I need to figure out what the fuck is going on. I need to figure out how to get out of this state of mind. I need to, what I'm saying, figure myself out. I need to figure out who I am, like what's causing this, you know what I'm saying? So when I say like get out of here, like I said, find certain people to be around or find something because sometimes I would really say find something that's gonna get you out of that state of mind, something to do, something that, brings you joy. When I say brings you joy, I'm talking about something you really like to do, whether it's exercise, cook, read, listen to music, make beats, so find something that you really like to do that you stepped away from, you know what I'm saying? But it brings you so much internal joy that like it just brings you this certain feeling, you know what I'm saying? Find something to do to help distract yourself from that overthinking state of mind, that anxious or depressed state of mind, man. It's like for me, it was going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for a lot of people, honestly, when they get into that point, that state to where they're just in this constant overthinking or this constant anxious state or this constant depression. It helps a lot, especially for men. You know what I'm saying? Our go-to is the gym. And that's what I figured out. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I started going to the gym, when I started moving my body, when I started getting outside more, you know what I'm saying, and not being trapped inside this box. You know what I'm saying? It changed my mind. It changed my perspective on things. It's like, man, I really was just in my head, just thinking of you're basically building a fairy tale in your head of all the things that could go wrong and everything, but and you like you never really think about well what if it goes right because all you can think about is the wrong, the negative things like that. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to getting out of your head, you have to figure out what the situation is, like where it's coming from, but you also have to like step out and take action. You know what I'm saying? You can't just sit inside and think that it's just magically going to go away. Like you have to be the one to make it go away. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, for me, it was going to the gym, getting outside, moving my body, really just being outside. I've always liked to be outside in like, nature, things like that. And it's like I noticed like a lot of it was coming from just me just always in the house, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with always wanting to be in your house, you know what I'm saying? But when you're in that state of mind, you're in a comfort zone, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, if you have like, really bad anxiety or you're depressed, you're usually in the bed or if you're depressed, if you're anxious, you're just not going out of you're doing everything that you can to stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you could just come over to my house, I don't really want to, be, you're looking for all these different cop outs, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, well, what if I went outside and what if I did this? You know, what I'm saying is you have to distract yourself from being in your head. You have to get out of your head and distract yourself. Do something that stops you from being so anxious, that stops you from being depressed, and it stops you from being so in your mind overthinking that at the end of the day, when you get back to wherever you were and you realize that, damn, I haven't felt anxious or I haven't felt depressed or I haven't overthought, had these feelings all day, keep doing that because eventually it's going to get better. Like I said, for me, it was being in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I started going to the gym more and I started like getting my mind right. Like it got to a point to where right now, like where I was then and where I am now, bro, like it was bad, dude. Like it was getting to the point where I was like faking shit to get out of my job because I was so anxious to just be outside. You know what I'm saying? I was, faking sicknesses and shit like that, building in my head like, no, it's gonna be like I was just surrounding myself with so much negativity. And it's like now where I am right now, I'm super fucking confident, man. I'm always outside. I like to be inside, in my own space, my home and shit. But I like to get outside sometimes because I can't stand just being in one place. You know what I'm saying? Just being in this house. You know what I'm saying? Even if I am like, let's say if it's like a point like I just can't get out anywhere, like I'll just bust some push-ups out or throw some music on and clean up or I'll do something to like what I'm saying, distract my mind, man. Because like it's really all about you just have to get out of your head, man. You have to do something to distract yourself from this state of thinking, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the first thing people are going to tell you, which works for some people, not I'll say it works for most people, but some people it just doesn't work for them. They're going to tell you go to therapy or go see somebody or things like that, which is cool. I'm not bashing it. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I think that it does work for most people, but there's no point in I'll say you can find natural antidepressants, anti-anxiety shit, like medication, I should say, you know, to get you out of that state of mind of overthinking, get you out of your head. You can find natural ways to do that. Like I said, exercising or, getting outside, going to a cafe or something, and just sitting down and reading, you know what I'm saying? Going on a brisk walk, you know what I'm saying? Going on a walk around somewhere, or just doing something that gets you out of your head to where you're in the present moment right now, just enjoying whatever's going on. You're not worried about what's going on in here because you're just focused on what you're doing now. You're at a cafe drinking some coffee or some tea and you're reading a book and it's like you feel at peace, man. Like or like meditation or something, bro. Meditation works. Meditation is like a natural fucking antidepressant, bro. You sit there and you actually meditate and you actually just clear your mind. I'm talking about like throw on I'd say by start like throw on a guided meditation where you have somebody sitting there talking to you so you're not just in silence or listening to music and you just get caught up in that thing. No, I like put on a guided meditation. That's what also helped me, what I'm saying? I started doing meditation and shit. Put on a guided meditation, somebody sitting there, talking to me, I can hear them, they're telling me, breathe or do things like that, or they're just, talking, what I'm saying? They're clearing your mind to where now you can just relax and be all like, things aren't as bad as my mind is making them seem. Your mind is going to play tricks on you, bro. That's why it's so hard to overcome being depressed or being anxious or overthinking or stuff, bro, because the mind is powerful. The mind is going to play tricks on you, bro. It has to get to a point where you have to be in control of your own mind. That's the ultimate way you are going to get out of your head and stop this overthinking. You have to take control over your own mind in order to stop that cycle that you're in. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, just find something to distract yourself. Find something that's gonna make you look at the lighter things, like look at the positive things in life. You know what I'm saying? There's so people say there's so much negativity and things like that, but I feel like there's so much more positivity. It's just people don't want to take the time out to go look for it. They don't want to take the time out to actually, excuse me, fuck. They don't want to take the time out to actually enjoy the things that life has to offer, bro, because they're just so negative, man. Like, just stop being so negative on yourself too. You know what I'm saying? Not just with life, but stop being so negative on yourself. Stop saying that you can't do it. Stop saying that you're just gonna be like this forever because you're not. You know what I'm saying? You can get out of this state of mind, whether it's with therapy or whether you figure it out yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you right now, at the end of the day, no one is coming to save you. You have to be the one to take that step. You have to be the one to decide whether you're going to just stay in this state of mind or you're going to try to figure out what needs to be different, what needs to happen, and things like that in order for you to get out of that state of mind. It all starts with you. No one's coming to save you at all. It gets to a point to where people are going to realize that if you keep on doing this, you keep on saying, "Oh, I just can't get better," anything like that. You can't help a person that doesn't want to help themselves. You can't help yourself. I can't help you. You don't believe that you can get out of this state of mind. You can get out of your head, and you can actually start enjoying things for what they are. I can't help you, and neither can anybody else. You have to want to help yourself. You have to be the one that wants to say, "I'm done with being inside of my head. I'm done with all this shit that I keep putting myself through, all this negativity, all this bullshit." You have to be the one. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn that myself. It took me being by myself to learn that I had to be the one to figure out that I need to stop this. I need to figure out what to do. And now I'm at a point to where I know what I need to do. I get up and I enjoy every single day as it comes. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, even if it's a bad day, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy and I'm grateful. That brings me into my next segment of this video is always being happy. You know what I'm saying? Once you get out of your head, you can start living and enjoying being happy, man. You know what I'm saying? And even for people who I can't even say people who are out of their head because, if you're always thinking of negativity, if you're always thinking of the possible negative outcome and thinking, oh, it's just gonna be a bad day or things around me, woe is me, you know what I'm saying? You gotta break out of that shit, bro. Learn to really be truly happy. Be happy with everything around you, bro. Realize that you woke up today. Most motherfuckers don't. I've lost family members from that shit. They didn't wake up the next day. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be happy. You have to be grateful that you actually woke up today. You can enjoy the sunlight coming through the goddamn blinds. You can actually wake up and go get yourself some water or go get yourself some, breakfast or things like that. You have to be great. You have to be happy and grateful that you woke up and you're able to go and move around and talk and think and look and what I'm saying, smell all this. You have to be happy and grateful for everything that comes your way, bro. Everything. From the moment you wake up, you should be happy that you're still here because people always want to say, "Oh, well, it's so hard to be. It's just so hard to be happy." No, it's really not. You make it hard. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Get off of social media, bro. Stop listening to these motherfuckers filling your head. You know what I'm saying? I'll even go as far as to say, stop listening to all that depressing ass music, motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. But you need to realize the only way that you were not happy is like I said, you have to look at what the fuck it is you're doing, what it is you're looking at, what it is you're listening to, who the people are around you, what kind of environment you're in. It's so easy to be happy, bro. It really is. People think it's so hard, and that just kills it right there when they be like, "Oh, well, it's so hard." You just killed it. It's easy to be happy, bro. Now, yes, I'm not saying that you won't get irritated throughout the day or some things won't, kind of like annoy you or anything, but if you're one of those people who just wake up always in a bad mood or you're just everything you do or everywhere you go involves you being in a bad mood, bro. Like what the fuck are you in such a bad mood for, dude? Like what could be so bad about your life that you're just not happy? You're always just unhappy. I just don't get it, you know what I'm saying? I see people where I'm at in the little city I'm in and it's like what the fuck are you motherfuckers so unhappy for? Why do you think your life is so hard? You know what I'm saying? Like there are people in other countries selling fucking lemons or selling, you know, really anything they can fucking get their hands on just so they can go and buy a new pair of sandals or a new fucking shirt or a piece of fucking bread, bro. Like you gotta realize, bro, that We're only unhappy in America because that's what the media and that's what, what I'm saying, they put on TV. That's what these motherfuckers want us to be. They want you to be unhappy, bro. It's so easy to be happy. Motherfuckers think you have to have money to be happy. Does money kind of, what I'm saying, boost the mood a little bit? Yeah, everybody, we all want a little bit of money, bro. But you're not gonna get 100% of happiness from money. You know what I'm saying? You have to be happy with yourself. You have to just be happy with things that are going around you, bro. Once you're happy and once you're just outwardly positive about shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not saying that, what I'm saying, you're not gonna face, negativity or, you're not gonna get irritated or annoyed like that. But what I'd say is like when those moments do come, just take 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Rant, you know, talk your shit, let your anger out, you know what I'm saying? Because especially as men, you know what I'm saying, we have to, let that shit out. We have to let it be known, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying just go fucking crazy and start going ballistic. Like, no, take 5 minutes, go somewhere, let off that steam, cool down. And after that 5 minutes, just come back and accept the fact that this ain't what it is, you know what I'm saying? It was a little mishap and everything's cool now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let it get the best of me. You know what I'm saying? Just learn how to be happy, bro. There's so much shit in the world to be happy for. You're in a relationship and you got a nice ass girl, she ain't cheating on you, none of that shit. She's loyal. Be happy about that. You know what I'm saying? You got kids, you know what I'm saying? You get to wake up and see their smiling faces every morning. Be happy about that. You wake up, you got a car, you go out to your car, you know what I'm saying? Dude, be happy about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, motherfucker need an oil change, but hey, look, at least I got a car. This nigga's walking. This nigga's taking a bus. This niggas who don't even have an apartment or have a house. You know what I'm saying? Be happy for everything around you, bro. Like everything around you is a blessing. Especially like I said, if you have a house, an apartment, a car, or anything like that. This motherfucker, I know homeless motherfuckers who are happier than motherfuckers who actually have shit, which is crazy to me. It's like, bro, this nigga don't have nothing. He don't have his ID, he don't have a job, he don't have nothing, but he can still give me positivity and give me a positive message and make me think, damn, bro, maybe motherfuckers really just need to be happy and just enjoy life for what it is. It's like people, go through this life just so negative and shit all the time. Now, granted, there are people out there who are just really happy with what they're doing, and all that negative shit doesn't affect them. You know what I'm saying? Social media, all that shit doesn't affect them. But if you're one of those people who are just unhappy, you're just looking at everything on the news or on social media, looking at motherfuckers who are living a better life. Like, just stop looking at that shit, bro. You're getting in your head again. Let's go back to the first part of this video. Get out of your head, bro. Stop looking at that shit. Learn to be happy with everything that you have got going on right now. Even if you just even if you lost your job or something like that, that's cool. Another job is coming, bro. Don't sweat it. You're gonna be able to get another job. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't last forever. Especially if you don't want it to. If you don't want that shit to last forever, you're gonna do something to make it not last forever. Because you're gonna know, oh, you just have to stay positive. You have to stay happy. You have to really, it's all about positivity and happiness, bro. You have to stay positive about shit. When all you do is think negatively or talk about negative shit, it's all you get is negativity and negative shit. You gotta think about it, bro. It's all you're gonna get is negativity and negative shit if that's all you talk about. So a person who's positive and always happy, no matter what the fuck happens, something bad can happen, but they could get that shit back in like 10 times over, just because they were positive about the situation, or like this ain't gonna last forever. I'm gonna get it back, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bounce back, do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? Learn to be happy, bro. Learn to be positive. Learn that people have it worse than you. So that's the main thing that needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that whoever's watching this or anything like that, that you have, what I'm saying, that you're not going through shit, but just always remember there's much more people who have it way worse than you. Like I said, motherfuckers don't have a house. There's kids out here who can't even fucking eat. But guess what? Like they still have that faith. They still are positive about what it is. And some of those fucking kids grow up to be the best people in the fucking world, man, just because they're positive, you know what I'm saying? Just because they have this outlook on life that this isn't gonna be forever. And as long as I just keep doing what I'm doing and keep working hard and keep staying positive and happy, I'm going to have the life that I keep envisioning or that I keep talking about. You know what I'm saying? It all starts with internal happiness, internal positivity, and start like you have to also start spreading that shit outward, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just be positive about shit. Like I said, you woke up today. That in itself is a blessing. You opened your eyes, you were able to look around your room. You know what I'm saying? Be happy about that. Like it's I'm not trying to make it seem like that, but it's really not hard to be happy. It's only hard because people make it hard, bro. Because all they want to think about is negative. Like I know there's some people who will watch this video and be like, "Oh well, say, oh no, there's some people that just be but okay, okay." And I get that. There are some people out there who really just don't have happiness. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, those are people who just they don't want to help themselves anymore. So no one can help them because they don't want to help themselves. If someone truly believes that they cannot have happiness, then they will truly not get happiness. But they're bringing it on themselves, bro. They can't help themselves. So no one else can help them. They don't want to help themselves, so no one else can help them, bro. It gets to a point where it's not even them saying they can't have it. They just don't want happiness, and that's just really what it is. That's the reality of it. Because that's your mind. Once you build something in your mind is gonna go with that shit. Like go to check out my other couple videos when I was talking about the subconscious and the conscious mind, bro. Once you build something in your mind, your subconscious mind is gonna keep processing that shit. So if you build negativity in that shit, your subconscious mind now only knows negativity. It only knows the bad outcome. It only knows all the horrible shit. So that's what it's gonna get. That's what's gonna happen. That's what you're gonna receive. It's gonna happen in your body. You're gonna have negative side effects. Everything bad is gonna go on with your body if you just don't look for happiness or you don't do something like that. Compared to a person who has a subconscious mind where all it knows is positivity. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter what it is, we can get this done. Doesn't matter what it is. Like, look, dude, I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't know who David Goggins is, bro, go look that man up. That's the most positive motherfucker I've ever witnessed in my life. And all that nigga does is keeps it real, bro. That nigga, he's been through a lot, bro. Like I said, just go check him out, bro. That is the definition of a person who does not give a fuck. He just has a positive mentality. Doesn't matter what the fuck is going on right now. Things are going to get done in his way. You know what I'm saying? That's what you have to tell yourself. Doesn't matter what the fuck is going on right now. Things are gonna get done my way because I truly believe that, and I am positive, and I stay, and I don't give a fuck about anything. I'm just happy, and I'm positive that things are gonna go my way, whether anyone else likes it or not, bro. It's not hard to be happy. Stop saying that. Stop telling people that. It's not hard to be happy. It's hard for you to be happy because you don't know how to take those necessary steps. You don't know what the fuck to do. Either that, or you just don't want to be happy. Stop telling motherfuckers there's no such thing as like happy. Like, stop saying that shit, bro. Stop programming these people's minds. We're programmed enough. We don't need to be like motherfucker. We're trying to break out of that shit. It's not hard to be happy, bro. You know what is hard though? Coming out of that negative state of mind or negative, you got to think. Why do you think motherfuckers like? Let's take it for a serious note, bro. Because it's fucked up. Why do you think what I'm saying people end up offing themselves? You know what I'm saying? Like it's because they've gotten so deep into that state of mind and that's all people built into their mind and then what people will say, oh well, we tried, but I feel like sometimes you motherfuckers tried too late. He's been pleading for help. Motherfuckers are out here actually, what I'm saying, asking for help, doing shit like that, things like that. Now, like I said, there are people who don't want the help and shit like that, and they're just in that state. But there are people out here who are asking for help, and just people don't know either how to respond or what to tell them, or they just don't want to help. You know what I'm saying? Like they end up being like, well, that's why I say stop telling people that that happiness, that positivity and shit is like hard to obtain. It's not, bro. It's hard to obtain It's hard to be happy when all you do is talk down about it, especially to a motherfucker who just needs to hear that. They just need to hear that, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to be around you, or I'm happy to be your friend, or I'm happy I had this conversation with you. You were really a positive impact on my life. It's simple things like that because you don't know what a motherfucker could be going through. That one statement right there could change their whole fucking perspective, man. So learn to be happy, bro. Learn to spread happiness and positivity to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who can need that shit. Just start learning how to be happy. Start learning how to be a positive force, not only for everybody else, but for yourself. Start being happy for yourself, man. Like I said, you woke up, you're able to taste, smell, see, hear. Like, be happy and be positive about shit. Even though there's sometimes where things, look horrible or things look like, you're not going to be able to get out of it. Don't get into that state of mind of thinking of, oh, woe is me, I'm never going to get out of this, or I'm never, no, don't get into that mindset, bro. Just stay positive and stay happy and know that things are going to move. Whether you believe in God or you're spiritual, you follow the universe, whatever it is, believe that those motherfuckers have a plan for you. You might not be able to see it all the time, or you might not be able to see it at all, but they have a plan for you if you just, like I said, if you believe in God, they'll say follow in the word of God, do things like that. Or if you're spiritual, the universe, stay positive. Believe that the universe has a plan for you. Just believe that something good is coming to you, especially if you've been doing good for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Those are usually the motherfuckers that start getting to that state of mind because we've been going at it for so long that we feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, but there is, bro. You just have to keep going, staying positive, bro, because you could be making that breakthrough soon. And it's like, well, if you give up now and you just get into that negative state of mind and you just get locked back into your mind, and you're never gonna know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like stay positive, man. Stay happy. Get out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Start doing something that's gonna make you happy and make you like just make you a positive force. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym. Read. Go to a cafe. Get out and talk to people who are positive forces who have been in your position before, who can help you get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Find something you love to do and just keep doing that shit every single day whenever you feel anxious or you feel like you're negative or you feel like you're overthinking or you feel like you're not happy, do something that'll get you out of that state of mind every single day, man. It's just get out of your head, man, and stay and be happy, man. Like you don't have to be a prisoner of your own self. It's easy to be happy, man. It's hard work, but it's easy to get to obtain it, bro. It's so easy. You just have to be willing to you just have to be willing to help yourself. If you're willing to help yourself, then everything else will help you, man. If you're willing to sit there and tell and like be happy and be positive and say no matter what the outcome is, everything is going to work in my favor, then things are going to work in your favor, man. You just have to stay positive and stay patient and be happy. Like I said, if you get irritated, you get upset, take 5 minutes to yourself and go, rant. Like I said, go off, whatever the fuck you do for just 5 minutes though. Just 5 minutes. Don't let it take over for a whole entire day and lead it on to the no. Just take 5 minutes. That's all it takes. Take 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And then get back to it. Say that that's what it is. Can't do anything about it. I seen a video that said that. This dude was explaining. He gives his people 5 minutes to rant, cuss out, do whatever the fuck, and then right at the end of that 5 minutes, say you can't do anything about it. You have to move on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move on from these mishaps, man, and stay positive and stay happy and stay out of your head. You know. So think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off by saying that, what I'm saying, just stay happy, man, stay positive and find people around you that are gonna, keep you out of your head and keep you from that anxious state of mind, you know what I'm saying, man, and keep you positive, It's so much in the world to be happy and be grateful for. You know what I'm saying? It's time to dead all that negativity and dead all that other bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? All that shit that doesn't matter. It's time to get rid of all that. You know what I'm saying? Just be positive, you know what I'm saying? Be happy, man. You know, it's really all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. For real, for real. Just be happy, man. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. Be happy with yourself. Be positive towards yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna overthink, overthink nothing positive, but overthink positive shit about yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're in your head, you better be talking positive about yourself, and you better be talking happy thoughts about yourself, motherfucker. Don't be in there talking about all that negative shit. You need somebody to talk to, hit my line. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Leave me a comment on here. Whatever it is. I'll be putting my Instagram and shit in here soon. So, if any of y'all who are watching want to talk to me or you're in that position, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Because I refuse to have any negative motherfuckers around me who don't believe in themselves or don't love themselves or are positive with themselves. No, fuck that. I'll build you up. I'll help you out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, be happy, man. Be positive. Stay out of your head. You know what I'm saying? Do something that'll keep you from that state of mind, man. And that'll make you happy to be here and be around and be aware. You know what I'm saying? Just find something that'll make you happy and not overthink. You know what I'm saying? That'll get you out of your head. And that's what I'm gonna end the video off saying. You know what I'm saying? It was great talking to y'all tonight. This has been the Rusty Hour. Thank you guys, and I will see you guys on the next episode.